and then if you want one card, you keep that one card in your hand, put the other two back on top, and then you can just mill those blanks away.
It's got a lot of versatility. I like it a lot. Although, other than a couple of cards, these are pretty much just all the same decks for the most part. No,
yeah, these are pretty stock.
That they're still pretty dominant. It's looking like.
Yeah, the Tempered Steel decks did so well at Worlds. The Channel Fireball team all had Tempered Steel decks and put multiple people into the top 8.
Very easily, from what I understand.
And it's such a powerful archetype. Like, your curve is just so strong. If you have a box double draw, you win.
Edge Champion's really hard for a lot of decks to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, just last week we saw somebody play an Edge Champion red deck. And they almost won the tournament with it. I feel like that deck's been on Moto for a little while too. The Edge Champion red deck. Maybe I just like played against it a few times. I don't know if I ever played against it. Maybe I have. I just don't remember.
Maybe I'm in the losers bracket, and that's the problem. I'm playing in the 1-3s.
I don't know. I mean, he almost won the tournament.
No, he did. Yeah, I'm talking about the guys on Moto that I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
That's why you're not playing against it. Who knows? It seemed like a really fun deck, though. I'm always down for anything that's different. You just threw up on the board.
Yeah, and that's the Tempered Steel turn 1.
That is.
Here's 4 points of power.
All right, Ben, you get to play your land. Go.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm going to ponder.
Looks like he's got Mana Leak. Can't really tell the cards I'm seeing.
And you can Vapor Snag the Hawk. It's not too bad.
Yeah. So, a pretty good start by Tempered Steel.
Comes,
Gut shot.
You revealed the wrong card there in the beginning, but a gut shot is going to put Ben down to 18. Then he's going to take 3 from the attack and drop to 15 here.
David Van Dusen, please come up to the stage.
Nils is going to go ahead and cast an Origin Spellbomb before passing the turn.
Vapor Snag.
And a Vapor Snag is going to get that Hawk back to Nils' hand there.
So, a rocky start for Ben. He has a little bit of the control that he needs to kind of stay alive, but at the same time, Tempered Steel had a pretty good draw. Now it's just the Lonely Memnite coming in.
I mean, he's done a good job of making the board a little bit smaller, but the Hawk's going to come back down. Nils probably has more stuff in his hand. Yeah, there's a Vault Scourge. And now Ben, has already used his gut shot, and he's facing down a Vault Scourge.
Shortly, we will be closing side events for the evening.
All right. Glenn Hawk gets Mana Leaks.
We need 4 people for a $10 booster draft, the last booster draft of the evening. We need 2 for a Commander pod. And 7
I don't think he has any more lands after that. He just drew that Glacial Fortress.
I also want to announce.
All right, so Phantasmal Image will target that Vault Scourge.
Legacy Challenge. The Legacy Challenge registration.
Or not target it, chooses.
Seems like
that's Tempered Steel.
That's not so good for him.
That's a big hit. So Ben's going to drop down to 8 here. Nils is going to pop back up to 20. And then a Gavany Township comes down. I feel like Gavany Township is like a really nice addition to the Tempered Steel deck.
Yeah.
Geist. Yeah, the Geist comes
joins
down.
the fight.
I'm surprised Nils there didn't just sacrifice the Spellbomb and get an extra 3 points power on the board.
Yeah.
The extra card is, especially because like a top deck land that comes into play on top just lets him start activating the Township too. So
yeah, that's true.
Like if he draws a spell, he can just play the spell. If he draws a land, he can just start activating Township.
He's got 1 card in hand now and was at 0, so maybe he just wants the card advantage and assumes that he's already in a pretty dominating position. Oh, that's not good. For Ben, that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big game.
No. Ben already missed a land drop last turn, it looked like.
Alright. Scours himself. 2 islands. And I don't see much he can do at this point.
Looks like he drew the Tempered Steel, so probably going to end favorably for him.
He drew a Tempered Steel?
No, I said it looks like he... Well, he did, I mean...
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what we were
I was
talking
going to
about
be like,
before.
oh, yeah, he's just...
Oh, no, if he drew another one, it's definitely game over, but it already looks...
But it's over this turn.
Yeah.
As it is now,
Yeah,
I think
it's
Scourge
already,
just going to get snagged.
Yeah.
Ben's going to drop down to 2. Vault Scourge will come back to play, and Origin Spellbound will net some card advantage, and make a 3/3.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, there's just about nothing that Ben can do. The S champion even has protection from everything.
Yeah. Scoops it up.
So, I mean, that's what happens. If a Tempered Steel deck draws Tempered Steel against these Delver decks, there's just about nothing they can do.
Yeah.
They're just so outclassed. They're spending, like 1 mana and some turns pondering, trying to assemble their 3 power dudes, while the Tempered Steel deck gets to just drop them to play for 0 mana.
Tempered Steel is such an appealing deck to play. Like anytime I've wanted to play in a tournament recently, that's always been a deck that I consider playing, but I just get talked out of it, and then I see draws like that, and that's kind of what keeps me interested in playing the deck.
Yeah, I mean, it has the most powerful nut draws of any deck.
That's very true.
It's like the, in many ways, similar to the Quest deck.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
That deck just had like the best
it's
nut
like,
draw
turn 2.
of any deck ever. Yeah.
Start blowing up all of your permanents.
I mean, this deck though is not quite as random as that deck.
No,
it's more consistent.
It relies very heavily on just drawing the Tempered Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Just.
And yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But even when it doesn't draw the Tempered Steel, it does like.
It's still a mediocre aggro deck.
Yeah,
it's just not
fine.
a nut deck. Yeah. Whereas the blue deck is just very consistent, or the Delver deck. I really enjoy. I enjoy the idea of it, but I just can't talk myself into playing it that much very often.
Has anybody really tried making a blue-white Tempered Steel deck where they cut a lot of the fat from this list and they just play a bunch of Ponders and Taxian Probes so they can find their Tempered Steels more often?
I think there is a blue-white list kicking around somewhere. I think that a lot of people just go with the green, so they have the
Township.
The Township, or just the solid white one. Let's take a look at their sideboard and see what they might be bringing in here. Ben, he's got Mental Missteps, which seem okay, and the Divine Offering obviously comes in. Ratchet Bomb's very good still. Revoke Existence. He's definitely got some Tempered Steel hate, which he's going to need to draw a lot of.
Yeah, Nils has 2 Mental Missteps, which will definitely be coming in, and he also has 4 Shrine of Loyal Legions. I'm not sure if he brings those in or not, but I probably would.
I think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems fair. An interesting card in Ben's sideboard is Dungeon Geist. I really like that. I like that card out of the new set. It's fun. I just don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. I want it to be good, but
I mean, it could be a good card.
Yeah, it could.
I haven't tried it, so
I need to talk to Ben later and find out how he's liking it.
Or how often he's brought it in.
That's a better
Maybe
point.
he'll bring it in now.
Another interesting thing about Ben's list is he's still playing 3 Runechanter Spike. I feel like that a lot of the lists are switching away from that recently, right?
Yeah, it's something that's not nearly as common. Something that's really interesting to me is that he has Runechanter Spike and does not have Ink Moths. Because I kind of thought the whole point of having Runechanter Spike was having Ink Moth and Invisible Stalker.
Very true, yeah.
And he doesn't have either of those.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are a bunch of other really powerful equipment that are legal right now that all give your creatures protection from key colors.
Yeah.
The Sword of War and Peace is just...
Yeah,
I know you've played the standard format a good amount, probably.
Yeah.
You can tell people that Sword of War and Peace is... It's insane right now.
Yeah,
so strong.
It's a really good card. He's got 2 of the... Ben has 2 of those in the sideboard as well, which... they're probably pretty good in this matchup, right? They're a little slow, but...
They make your guy like Dispatch and Oblivion Ring proof, but...
Yeah.
None of the guys are really white except for Glinthawk.
That's true. So yeah, probably won't be bringing those in.
I wonder if the Spell Skites are going to be coming in here.
Yeah, Nils does have 2 Spellskite.
He also has a Dispatch, which may come in over the Oblivion Ring. I've never really much liked the Oblivion Ring. against the Delver decks.
Yeah.
It's pretty slow. It's something that gets mana leaked pretty easily. It's
not a very good answer to a 1-drop.
Yeah, like their
face
deck just plays.
Yeah.
You know, none of the creatures that they cast are going to cost more than 2 mana, and not only that, but they're all also like accruing card advantage in some way or another. So
Ben's got the start he's looking for. Turn 1 Delver. I like the white bordered land. I like it.
I like it too.
He mental misstepped a hawk.
Let's flip his Delver. Pops Nils down to 19 here. And let's see what he has for turn 2.
I believe Ben's
another
already
Delver.
at 18, right? Yeah. There we go. Finally caught up. Tempered Steel nowhere near as explosive as it was in game 1. But still, all he needs is a Tempered Steel. And
all he needs is Tempered Steel, okay, exactly.
Oh, they're getting flipped now.
People always seem to get so lucky with their Delver flips. They like always flip it like the first or second turn or rewatch them on camera.
I'm really guilty of that. My friends hate testing against me because, just play the Delver, auto flip them, and they just start freaking out. It's a lot of
like it actually flips like 1 in 3.
Yeah.
Like a lot of time they're just like Iron Ephemerons that are 1/1s till they become 3/2s.
Yeah.
Giant Dust Wasp.
So get that mental misstep out of here.
And it looks like Nils has, in fact, kept his Oblivion Rings in. Alright, so...
That's an interesting play by Ben. He has a mana leak in his hand, and he paid for the Gataxan Probe.
Huh.
Leaving him unable to mana leak a spell. I'm pretty sure he has a mana leak in his hand. I could just be completely wrong. I guess he was hoping to hit a land off the probe.
It's an Edge Champion, then he's probably going to dispatch an Insect. That's what he's thinking about.
Now if he can mana leak that, yeah. I believe he has a vapor snag in his hand. Is what he's thinking about.
I don't know if he's going to snag his own guy here, though. That doesn't seem very good.
No, it's not what I want to be doing either, but he says okay.
Gets removed from the game. No attack with the Glenhawk Idol. I think it's just a free 2 points of damage. He's missing.
Did he activate it?
He cast Edge Champion.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So... maybe he had a reason.
Yeah.
Alright, so Nils has an Origin Spellbomb in his hand. So he's kind of back in this game now. He can trade his Idol for the Abomination. Well, he thinks he can. It's actually going to get Vapor Snag when he activates it on his opponent's turn.
Beating for 2.
But Edge Champion is going to just continue applying pressure until the cows come home, so...
yeah.
Ooh, an Oblivion Ring. Now it's going to get mana leaked.
He could... yeah, he mana leaked it. An interesting play would have been to just Vapor Snag his guy with a Oblivion Ring on the stack.
His opponent would have to remove one of his own artifacts.
That would make that... yeah, he'd make him lose his Metalcraft, which is...
would be pretty huge.
Yeah. He's now Metalcraftless again until he gets to play this Glenhawk Idol. Or activate a Nexus.
I'll probably play the Glenhawk Idol again.
Yeah.
Go for another trade. And just kind of attack for 2. Don't miss the 2 points again.
Yep.
If Nils loses and bends it 2, he's going to be very upset.
That's always the worst.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I've done it before. We all have.
I've done it before too. Man, it's terrible.
Oh, he's got a Snapcaster. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and that'll be enough. And Delver Deck's on the play still. I mean, it's just such a powerful thing to be doing.
It is. Especially got pretty lucky with the flip. Like,
Yeah, again,
that
like
was
going turn
a
one,
huge,
turn two, and
a
then
huge
just
part of that
flipping
win.
it right away.
Yeah.
Now, I was wondering if people thought that, you know, because Ray of Revelation got printed and people are expecting a lot of humans with, or token decks that have cards like Honor the Pure and Tangible Virtue, I was wondering if people were going to start playing Ray of Revelation as like a way to deal with these powerful enchantments that people are really trying to use. And if people did start playing Ray of Revelation, then that means people are going to have less Ancient Grudges, because you can't really have that many of each.
I agree.
And then, as a result, a deck like Tempered Steel, you know, suddenly there aren't Ancient Grudges running around.
Yeah.
That makes a deck like that much better.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the Ancient Grudges are being played in other decks than the decks that they're obviously different colors, but there's not too many red-white decks kicking around right now, are there? There's like the 5-color control decks, which are really fun right now, and that one would definitely force them to make a decision between Ray and Grudge. But at the same time, there's a lot of ramp decks right now. I played against a couple today already, and I mean, they don't really have the option. They just have to play Grudge or naturalize it at best.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, with Nils on the play, it's just really, really good for him. I think even if he doesn't draw a Tempered Steel, as long as he like herbs out properly. I was surprised he kept the Oblivion Ring in there. Had it been a Dispatch, like the Dispatch in his sideboard, then that game would have been much different for him.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see whether or not he brought in the Shrines.
We didn't see any in the second game, so.
And, you know, I don't really like Glinthawk Idol against decks that are not playing sorcery speed sweepers. Cards like if a deck has cards like Black Sun Zenith or Day of Judgment or Slagstorm, all of those cards make the Glinthawk Idol really good. And Glinthawk Idol is fine in the other matchups, but in games 2 and 3, you have a sideboard, and like you're supposed to have cards in there that are just generally good.
Right.
So I don't really see keeping that card in. I think the Shrine is just much better here. It's just the fact that, you know, on the end of your opponent's turn, like you guys are just basically like wantonly attacking one another.
Yeah.
And just making 4 things.
Yeah.
Pretty huge.
It's pretty good. How many token decks have you guys seen today?
We saw one green-white token deck.
Okay.
And we saw Shaheen, but he's playing like a Super Friends.
Yeah, I played against Shaheen, and I beat him game 1, and I put him on like a token list and sideboarded for tokens, and then he just Super Friends Planeswalkered me out. So it was a pretty tricky list. It was a really good list, though. Shaheen's a very, very good player.
Yeah, and he's just a really good deck builder, too.
Yeah.
Now, Ben has a Mental Misstep in hand, but Nils played around it by casting a turn 1 Vault Scourge.
Pairings for round 2 are being posted. Please find your seats.
When he draws into Paper Stack, that bodes well for him. That'll let him, in many ways, play the game he wants to be playing here.
He does have the Tempered Steel. He just showed it. So,
all right, so he drew a Tempered Steel off the top. He's going to put Ben down to 19 and put himself back at 19 with an attack with Vault Scourge. And does Nils draw the land he needs? Doesn't look like it. All right, I would lead with Origin Spellbomb and see if I can get Ben to bite. All right, he leads to Signal Pest. That's going to get a Mental Misstep. Yep. And then
now he plays the bomb, I guess. Yeah.
Cast the bomb.
I've probably done that in the reverse order as well.
And I mean, Ben had seen his hand, so Ben's probably just going to wait for the Vault Scourge and counter that anyway.
Okay.
But, I mean, you always give your opponent the opportunity to make a mistake, right?
Yeah, exactly. Looks like he just drew a Geist.
Okay. Geist comes down. Huh.
I feel like that's a really awkward play, just because Nils could be. He missed a land drop last turn. He could have missed it on purpose just to kind of force a play like that and then get the Tempered Steel to stick. Unfortunately, it does not look like Nils actually missed the land drop on the block.
Yeah, no, Nils did miss his land drop on turn 2, but he drew one right now.
Okay, so I didn't see his hand. Maybe he did that intentionally, but yeah, that was. Now he gets an uncontested. Wait a minute. I guess he's not going to play the Tempered Steel.
Oh, that's very odd, actually.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you wouldn't just take every opportunity
to get the Tempered Steel to resolve. Yeah.
Then again, Etch Champion. I mean, perhaps Nils has a great deal of experience with the deck.
Yeah.
And I mean, the problem is that here he just gets blown out by a Vapor Snag. Yeah.
Snapcaster. Anything. We got the Star City Games Angel token joining the battlefield.
Very nice. So Nils is going to be taking 6 here then. I think it's unlikely that he'll be able to. Yeah, I mean,
even if, to be fair, even if he does Vapor Snag the Vault Scourge right here, he's still getting to trade with the
and
the
then
Geist.
Nils still has, you know.
Yeah.
Still
I feel like it's a fine position. It's not optimal, obviously, but yeah, you still get rid of that pesky Geist.
And Nils is going to fall down to 16 here. And he's left with a 2-1 after getting to do that.
Yeah.
Such is the way of the world these days. Yeah.
He does get to resolve the Tempered Steel.
And now he's a 3/3 lifelinking flyer. Mini Baneslayer.
That's such an amazing thing about Tempered Steel. Like, it feels like the game's just been going in favor of Ben. Like, Ben's wanting the things to happen that have been happening. And Tempered Steel just kind of puts him right back where he wants to be.
If you're Nils here, you're blocked, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, see, I guess he could be afraid of what instant speed enchantment is there? There's Ray. Is Divine Offering? Divine Offering is instant or sorcery? I don't remember.
Divine Offering is a instant.
Instant, right? It's a revoke existence. It's a sorcery.
Yeah, it's just for artifacts. Revokes a sorcery.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not really sure. All right. So Nils is going to go up to 14. Ben's going to go down to 14. Balances the scales again. And a Glinthawk Idol comes down for Nils. And that's, again, it's a big creature in this spot.
I just drew a Vapor Snag. That's very helpful. Pike.
Ooh, a Runeshiner Spike.
Pike. And bash.
Alright. I believe
make a guy, draw a card.
And that guy's probably going to trade with this Geist. So Nils chooses to trade the idol? It looks like no, okay.
That gut shot in his hand is not looking very Very saucy right now. Well, we finally found a token that they're both happy with.
It's good enough. An ooze token. Not quite a mirror, but you know, you take what you can get. All right, and Nils is back in solid control of this game. That Glenhawk idol had a whole bunch of mana dumped into it already.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really done much at all.
Yeah. Traded with a Geist.
Right. Now, we're going to see some sort of 3-drop from Nils. I assume he's got an Etch Champion or something. I'm trying to think why you pre-combat it. Okay. Etch Champion does come down.
It gives him Metalcraft for dispatch, right?
Doesn't he only have 2 artifacts?
No, that mirrors.
Oh, the
that
mirror.
ooze is a mirror.
The ooze is in fact an artifact.
Yep, there we go. Hiya.
Alright. So another 6. Ben will drop down to 8 here. And that's 2 swings from an S champion.
I'm gonna ponder here, probably.
A champion's pretty scary with Tempered Steel on the battlefield.
Yeah. I mean, even that Vault Scourge is...
protection from everything.
Yeah. That Vault Scourge is like just... It feels like Ben's fighting such an uphill battle. He's having to deal 40 points of damage just to try to kill him.
Ben has probably already done about 20 points of damage at this point.
Yeah.
But that's why you play those lifeline cards.
Yeah.
Have you seen the alternate art for Vault Scourge?
I do not believe I have.
It's awesome.
Is it?
Yeah.
I do like the alternate art for Ponder, though. I was actually, last time I was in the booth, we were talking about what our favorite Ponders are. What's your favorite Ponder? That one's mine.
I'd say that one's mine too.
All right. Let's agree.
I think Lorwyn Ponder
Lorwyn-
looks too much like Fallen Empire's art. I can't take it.
It's a close second for me. I do like the Lorwyn one. I could do without the M10 one. It's not my favorite art. He doesn't like
the guy's
those.
just putting his hand up in the air. He's not going to catch any of those balls.
No.
M10 art.
Yeah.
The full art's cool though. He's like pondering something.
Yeah.
Looking at the moon.
Yeah.
All right, so Ben.
Ben is digging very hard right now.
Yeah,
he's in a rough spot.
Pondered and shuffled. And it looks like he has every spell his deck has access to in his hand, and it's just not good enough.
He needs second White Source, Day of Judgment. Nope, that wasn't it.
He can, however, Vapor Snag a whole bunch of stuff.
That token is looking mighty tempting to Vapor Snag. There's a little bit of a stare down there. Are we about to pump her?
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that was kind of a weird thing with priority.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
if
really
I agree
was.
with that.
He started to
I think
tap.
that was a little sketchy on Ben's part, to be honest.
Well, he started to tap, and I think Ben probably said, "All right," and then the guy backed up. It's not really.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that Nielsen started.
He
tapping
put his
mana
hands
already.
on the land, and then so
Yeah.
Ben was like, "Are you going to do something or not?" Type
Yeah,
thing.
Ben was like,
There's probably some communication there that we missed. I feel like he's drawing a never-ending supply of Vapor Snags.
yeah, and he's been just dead to this attack.
He just drew another Vapor
more
Snag.
Vapor Snag.
Yeah.
All Alright, another Vault Scourge comes down. Nils will drop down to 9. Getting dangerously low here.
I don't know why he just didn't roll.
Yeah, I mean...
He's trying to get a metal crafting. Alright. Bounce.
Counts that. Replay the Etch Champion.
Make a guy. It's him down to 8.
Yeah, and then... Huh.
How many? I can't tell. I can't count. He's... Oh, there we go. And they're counting 4, 5. Looks like 6.
Yeah, I think all 3 of his Vapor Snags. Oh, he plays 4. Okay, yeah, I like playing 4 Vapor Snags in that deck. But he seemed to have drawn 3 of them already.
Yeah.
Is one of the remaining cards in his hand the 4th snag?
No, it looks like Gut Shot. Gut Shot. Mana Leak or Ponder maybe? I don't know.
All right. So the Glenhawk Idol comes back down for Nils. And again, we're seeing Glenhawk Idol, not the best thing in this matchup.
Yeah, I think what he wants to do here is he wants to make a guy, but he also wants. I think he has a Mana Leak. He wants to. Yeah. Yep. Mana Leak. Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna happen here. Snap ends down to 1 card. And he's dead to this Vault Scourge on board. And he's dead to the Origin Spellbomb on board. And he's going to pass the turn back. I think Ben might just have to pack it in. He's only got 1 card in his hand.
It's a Gut Shot. Draws an island.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... Unless he has High Tide this turn, I don't think...
No.
He has much of a chance.
Flip. Make a guy, and that'll do it.
And he gets a robot.
Or an ooze.
Robot's coming to the red zone. Robot. Alright, that's it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Oh, there we go.
Alright, so Nils Talpingrud. Looks like he is continuing his exile streak here, playing Tempered Steel
Yeah.
with green for Gavney Township.
It seems like he knows
Pretty
the
cool
deck pretty well. Apparently better than we do.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played it for a long time.
I don't think I've ever played Tempered Steel. Played against it. Never played
As
it.
a building out a budget columnist, Tempered Steel is something that you often come back to because there
understand
are key. There are time periods where those cards get very low in value, and you're able to build a deck that's like a legitimately very competitive deck.
Yeah.
That's also very inexpensive.
I mean,
so,
it's probably one of the cheaper. If you subtract
Even
the
now,
Mox Opals, it's probably one of the cheapest decks you can buy.
yeah. And I think even with the Mox Opals, as far as like competitive tier 1 decks go, this has got to be bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
And it's not bottom of the barrel as far as how good it is.
Correct.
It's actually incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
If you want to go to a tournament and win the tournament,